We're going to learn about menus, sub procedures, and functions. So we'll be working with both main menus and then context menus. Menus are used in almost all applications, and then it's often used instead of buttons because it takes less space on a particular form layout than buttons. But they may also be used in addition to existing buttons on a particular form. Menus are built through the use of menu bar, and these have menus that drop down to display menu items. So to add menus to your form, we'll be going to container on the toolbar to drag the menu strip on the form. For main menus. So we have our menu strip here. We're also working with context menu strip, but first let's work on the menu strip. So we just drag the container and we'll find it on the trail here. So immediately you drag it, you see the menu here. When you click in it, you see that it will give you the option to write a menu here. It will give you a type here option down here and then drop down for the particular one that you have clicked. So we want to write for this first one. Mostly we have file, view, and edit as the basic first ones, and other menus that you want to follow. So we can add file here, and then in the file, in adding the name, you can add hotkeys. Like for example, what we do this and write file. So when you type Alt F, it can display the file for you. So under the file, we want to have calculate, reset, edit, retart, and then calculate area of a triangle under this file, so that if we don't click the buttons, we can just go here and then click on any of them. So we can click here and type calculate. We can also add a hotkey to it. So I'm typing the rest and then we'll continue. So you can also have a separator by clicking on the arrow here. You can have a menu item, a combo box, separator, text box. For a separator, for example, you can divide the menu that is here, the two menus that are here, so that you can group them. For example, you want to group the upper ones from the lower ones, so I can just write read. And then you see that when you click on it, there's a separator there. So we can add view. So these are the menus that I want to add for now. So under these menus, we can code the same thing that we coded under the buttons here. For example, under the calculate menu, we can click on the calculate to strip menu item, and then we can just copy the calculate code from here. And then just place it there. And it will work the same way. The same for the reset. You can just copy the reset and then put it under the reset menu strip to strip menu item the same way, and the same for exit. So when we run our application, when we finish running it, we can just enter some. Let's say this is the quantity is 5, the price is 5 cedis, and then we can just go to the main menu, click on calculate, and it works perfectly as we use the buttons. We can just go there, we can reset the same way, we can just go there and then we can click on exit, and it will work the same way as the buttons work. So we can also have a context menu straight for a particular form or a control. Any of the controls can have a context menu strip. So to add a context menu strip, you go to tools, go to context menu strip, and then you drag it onto the tree, the component onto the tree. So it depends on which control you want to use this context menu strip, but for now we'll be using it for the whole form. To just add our particular menu storage. So we want to add the calculate, reset, and exit, and then all the other ones too, as we added for the file. So we want to add calculate. So we can type it if you want to. So we want to add calculate, and then the same we want to add reset as we added for the other one. And then we want to add exit. You can type it as you are working around it. So it will be the same. And then we want to hit this context menu to do the same work as the calculate button and then the menu items here. So we can just copy the code for calculate as we did for the main menu items, and then we just add it to the context menu. So we can put our calculate here and do the same for the other menu items here. Okay, so before you can assign a particular context menu strip to a control, you have to set it for that particular control. If the context menu strip is only one, set it for the whole form so that it can be accessed everywhere on the form. So this is only one, so we are setting for the form. So we select our form, we go to properties, and then we search for our context menu. So this is our context menu strip. It's not assigned to any control, so we want to assign it to our form. So after assigning, let's run and see how our context menu will work. So this is how our context menu will work. When you right click any part of the form, the context menu will come. Most controls have their own context menu. For example, text boxes have their own context menus that you can have access to by default. But any part of the form can have this context menu. So let's run and see. We are not entering anything. We just want to click on calculate, and it will tell you there is wrong quantity, and then the general exception will come. So let's write 6, and then let's do 4, and let's click on calculate, and then there's correct entry, and then it works. Let's click on reset, and everything works. And then we click on the context menu exit, and then it works the same way as the button and then the main menu items. So using the code, the same code for the calculate, the main menu item, and then for the context menu, it is not the best to do, because if I change anything in this code and I forget to change it in the main menu calculate menu strip or the context menu calculate menu strip, there will be a difference between all the 3 different codes. So to make efficient use or for efficient code reuse, it is not the best to copy codes and put them under different menu items or button that is performing the same function. So we are going to learn about how to reuse code, and to reuse code we are going to learn about 3 ways to reuse code effectively. So first of all, the first way we will be working with is to modify the handle clause of the original sub procedure. The second way is to use the perform click method, and the third way is either to use a sub procedure or a function. So in our next lesson, we'll be working around how to use modify the handle clause of click original sub procedures, use the perform click, and then work on how to write functions and the sub procedures to use so that errors in codes can reduce, and then we'll have the same thing working for all